wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gab. That's Dalitha. I am Travis. It is Friday, and that means it's time for The Rock.
Hello,
and Roman,
bitches.
and Cody, and Seth, and Dakota, and Bailey.
Why are all these people here?
Bailey and Dakota?
Yeah.
Is there wrestling in there?
I think I'm gonna be nerdy tonight. What was this video about sickness? Chris is in the chat though. Hey Chris, good to see you tonight. Says hey Travis and Dia. Sophie says hey, hi guys. Also, The Rock is scheduled to start filming a movie from May 1st to sometime in August. Cool. Maybe he'll die during that. Mohawk Gundy in the chat. Hey Mohawk, good to see you tonight. Says hi, hello. Sophie says I can see Cody and Seth lose tonight. One, because there's no way Roman loses twice during Mania weekend. Yeah. Well, my husband would like me to actually have the cold. What's that? I tried that, and I got sick and tired of you because all you did was complain and be a big fat baby pants for like 3 days. I was like, fuck you, bitch. I didn't get to be a fucking big ass baby for 3 days. I didn't even get to be a baby for 1 day. Losers.
It's The Rock.
It's like, maybe you should just go crawl in a hole and die then if it's that bad.
Yeah, that's in the comments. A lot of people say.
Stop. It's not about that. It's about, those first few years you're with somebody, you're like that with them. But after you've been with them for a long time and they're that way every time they're sick, you're done.
Every 5 years.
You can't deal with it. Whatever. Okay, we would say a comment as to why that is the case, but I want to be nice about your privacy. About your privacy?
Yeah, my Privacy Act.
It's
Roman Reigns' cousin.
What did I say that gave away anything?
I wouldn't tell anybody because it'll give away your privacy. Why you got sick in 2020?
No, why you only get sick once every 5 years.
How's that privacy?
You want me to tell everybody your business?
I can't think of anything that it would be in.
Okay.
5 years like the recycle or something.
No. No. Blood Ninja the chat. Hey, Blood says, OMG. It says AEW didn't get to 1 million in ratings.
They didn't.
What? They didn't?
No.
I told you fuckers.
800K.
Told you motherfuckers. Travis, there's no way they'll totally get over 1 million. And I said, bullshit. They're not even going to make it to 1 million.
Bolshevik. She's turned Russian with her Bolshevik.
Chris was like, oh shit, The Rock using 03 theme song. And Sophie says, did you?
I was going to say, it sounds like an old song, but that I hadn't heard before.
Right. Sophie says, did you hear Shayna Baszler is wrestling a GCW show the weekend of Mania? They announced it today.
I saw that. It's garbage. They're probably trying to buy it or something.
Yeah.
Which would make sense. I thought it was a fighting championship thing.
What's GCW?
Gangster. Gangster controlled wrestling.
Gangster? Like
making shit up. So.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what the fuck? Gangster.
She's always gangster. So.
Gangster.
Gang related, but it can't be related, so it's got to be gang crime wrestling.
Oh, gang crime wrestling. Oh, yeah. Mohawk says I might not be as frequent in the chat because I am making a WWE action figure video for my channel. Ooh, nice. Chris says, wow, people changing their themes like Mercedes Moné being so unoriginal, stealing Gunther old theme song intro.
Did you also hear her say, I'm home? Hello, CM Punk. played out.
She's a loser.
Although I watched it live instead of it. We got The Rock out there right now.
I said she was a loser live too.
Did you?
I did.
You weren't even in here, so how'd you talk?
It was amazing when she came out the second time. I sure did. So he says, I'm guessing Roman is off tonight. Rebecca Chatless in the chat. Hey, Rebecca says, hey, is this real? Sasha's AEW.
She is.
Well, if you talk to all of her 1.2 fans, she sure is. She didn't bring quite the pull they were hoping for.
Yeah, it was a disappointment, but they set the show up backwards, and so it would be best to watch it in reverse order, if that makes any sense. She came out first, and then they had the heavyweight championship match next, and then they just worked their way down until they got to the women, and it was Riho and Willow Nightingale, who are both not very good, and both matches were, or that match was not good. It was well underperformed, to be nice to them without being mean.
What?
Very underperforming.
Oh
and
my
then
God.
she showed
They
up
were
anyways
so great.
when Sky Blue and Hart showed up. Julia Hart showed up to cause mayhem and havoc, and the boss showed up and cleared the ring out. Very underwhelming. They screwed it up. If you were going to do that, the best thing to do is say, okay, we're going to put her up against Julia Hart, and we're going to put her up against Sky. Right? That's what obviously they're playing. If you're going to do that, then have one of those two wrestling in the main event.
Right.
And then have the other one show up and beat up Willow Nightingale, right? Now you beat up Willow at the end. After the woman wins, that you're going to have her up against Julia Hart. Julia Hart wins. And then they jump her for no reason. Then bang. But instead, and don't have her come out in the beginning. Just have her come out at the end, and the place would go fucking bazonka.
They'd be calling their friends. Oh my God, you don't know what happened. Oh my God, we knew it was happening,
And
but we
that's
didn't.
what she would say. She'd come out and say, finally, the boss has come back. The boss. Oh.
Sophie, it says AEW Dynamite got like 8,000 viewers and ratings last night, this week. And Chris says Rock is singing "Oh Long BS."
This is so crazy because he's this heel, but he's not. The crowd just fucking loves him.
They're dumb. Robert Warney in the chat. Hey, Robert, good to see you tonight. It says, hey, what's up, y'all? Not much. How are you doing? How was your week? You ready for the weekend? Got any good plans?
Ross gonna sing us a little song!
Or any plans?
Oh!
Blood Ninja says, I love SmackDown. Blue is the best.
Here it comes.
Chris says, GCW is basically the modern day ECW. Sure. Sophie says that GCW show
I don't
will
know
also
this band, but it's called War Treaty or something.
That GCW show will also feature AEW talent. Wonder how that GCW deal came together. And Mohawk says, can you give me 2 WWE wrestlers? I'm having trouble picking. WWE. Do you have a specific era or does it matter?
Yeah, like what kind of wrestlers are you looking for? Girls, boys?
Chris says, apparently my Stros are in pursuit of Blake Snell to lock in our bullpen. Evan says, fuck. Nice to see you tonight. There,
Uh-oh, he's going to sing us a song.
Yeah, I'm not listening. Mohawk says, doesn't matter. Oh, and male.
This is what's going to happen.
So, WWE wrestlers, it doesn't matter which era, and they have to be male.
Okay. And it's a match?
No, he just said, can you give me 2 WWE wrestlers? I'm having trouble.
Big John Studd and... The Rock's gonna come lay the smackers down. Woo-hoo! He's gonna beat him with his fanny pack. I gave them both one. Do you see him? I don't know. I left. Oh, I don't don't know another wrestler real quick. CM Punk. There you go. He played with it. He was on it all morning. I don't know if he could break it up. He might have hit it. A lot of dogs bury their bones. Look under the bed and under the couch. The Rock is singing. You try to raise him right, but it turned out too weird. Oh, poor Dusty. Drugs and cheap condoms was a mistake, and Cody was a mistake. This will be go down in history. In 10 years, you'll hear about this.
It's crap that happens on a schoolyard in elementary school. What he's doing right now.
That's called wrestling.
Well,
I
mean, the fact that he's sitting here I'm gonna make fun of this person
your wife's more popular than you. Of course she is. They're making it out like it's a bad thing. She's the main.
Okay. Sophie said if Cody doesn't beat Roman again, it will be another summer of hell. So it says Memphis is in talks for Mania 48. Aoife is in the chat right now. Hey Aoife, good to see you tonight. It says, hello girl, where you at? Sometimes she doesn't come in on Fridays until after 6:30. So about a little more 15, 20 minutes. Sophie says, where did D go? I went to lock the puppy up so he doesn't chew on things he's not supposed to. He's a monster.
Who'd they leave out? Uh-oh, we get a verse. Cody Crybabies get a verse.
Sophie says, a lot of people have played as Cody more than Roman on 24. Chris says, it's not my go-to site, but damn it, how the fuck am I supposed to watch my White Christmas videos? I'm literally so pissed off. That goes against our artistic freedom. What is it? What goes off your artistic freedom? Aoife says I have to work on Patty's Day on Sunday, so I can't go out. So I'm going out tomorrow instead with our football club. Can't wait.
Woo!
Well, make sure you don't drink too much so you can make it to work on Sunday because you'll get mega tips, girl. Mega. Blood Ninja says, I love it. Crybaby bitches. Sophie says The Rock made fun of Cody's mom in another social media promo. It doesn't surprise me that Rock is so mentally disturbed that he has to go over people's families. Not surprising.
That was a pretty good one. Drugs and cheap condoms. Cody was a mistake.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did he forget to look in the mirror? The drugs that he's on? Oh, whatever. That guy is definitely on fucking drugs.
All natural.
He is on motherfucking drugs to high heaven. It's unfortunate because things can be said about yourself and your own family, my friend. The only reason why you came about is because of drugs and bad condoms. Chris says, Rock, you are not the final boss. Everyone knows the final boss is Japanese wrestling legend Miyuko Satomura.
Yeah.
Eva says, I haven't drank since January, so I'm not sure what way it's going to go tomorrow. Oh.
Hopefully it's not in a ditch.
Yeah, don't go in ditches.
Don't go off by yourself.
Don't go off by yourself.
Handcuff yourself to your friend.
Drink responsibly if you do drink. Or don't drink at all. One or the other. Right.
You're too far.
Sophie says, do you think The Rock will talk Cody's AEW history in one of his promos at some point? He probably shouldn't. I'm way behind you guys. I'm at the beginning of the Rock concert.
Oh! Hey, that's a pretty good concert. You'll have to listen to that song.
Eva says, we have to split our tips here. They go in a tip jar, but it works out quite well for everyone. Though, when they get divided out each week, everywhere is different, though. That's true, but it is St. Patty's Day, and you are in Ireland. So I can imagine that they'll be very generous. So you guys should make some pretty good tips. Chris says no earlier. DI said a certain site got taken down only in Texas because of some protection BS against children. Like, fuck off, you don't protect them in our schools. Oh. Oh, and I missed that one. I'm so sorry. But I'm kind of pissed at my officials in Texas. They literally took away Pornhub in Texas. Like, I can't have access. They said it's to protect the children. Like, really, you not in our schools, but on an adult site. I guess it just depends on how
yeah, you
they
also
protect
got to
children.
get a VPN and then just change your state to any other state. Except for Utah.
Yeah, they probably don't allow it
They
either.
don't.
That's hilarious. They're like, are you in a IP address that's in this state? You can't have this. Motherfuckers. I'll show you, bitches.
You ain't giving anybody anything.
Eva says, I'll be responsible, even though last time we went out with football, I fell off a couch. Oh, Jesus. Awesome fun. Robbie's in the chat now, says, was it the Rock show, SmackDown? I guess. It's still on,
Mama
so.
Rhodes.
He's got to be out here making his 5,000 million hundreds of dollars. I mean, after all, he can't just do it because he likes it.
Mama Rhodes getting a message directly to her.
Ayla's in the chat now. Hey, Ayla says, when I worked at a car wash, the tips were split at the end of the week, and depending on your hours, determined your tips. I'd go home with $300-400 in the summer on Friday. I bet. Chris says, like, everything about Texas is great, but now this one tiny little thing hurts the most. Like, I'm literally shaking right now. Maybe you have an addiction problem. You need to seek counseling. Oh.
Get a VPN. There's actually free ones.
Aoife says, wow, Ayla, that's good money. And Sophie says, it sounds like Bray Wyatt won't be going into the Hall of Fame this year. I wouldn't. Why
would? That's a good thing. You don't want to have him in there going the same time as his dad. That would be weird.
It would.
Because you would want his dad to introduce him, probably.
Exactly.
Or at least his uncle, and they're both going in. So it would just be awkward. And then how they're doing the Trick Williams. Bump that trick, whatever he said. Oh! The Rock has one too.
Wow. So he's just a copycat? Sir.
He's gonna beat your son. Uh-oh.
Oh. Robbie says, but SmackDown was always Rock's show. Robert says, how's y'all Friday going? Fine. That's so great.
How much do you think that necklace is? 15?
Oh, it's depending on what size the diamonds are and shit. It's pathetic on his part, but whatever. He bothers me so much. Chris says, oh, they cheering, whoop that trick. Sophie says, I'm obsessed with WWE no matter what I'm doing. I always go to my room to watch it during the birthday party at my house. Oh. Robbie says, Ayla, with the random chats. I don't know if it was random. She was probably reading Aoife's chats and came in with some info. It was like, it was. And you got paid on Friday, too, so you'd get a check and cash. Best paying job in town, honestly. My boss said those tips are a secret tax. It's funny. It was like, y'all are random. Yeah, Robbie says The Rock is a bozo over 20 minutes for this crap. I know, it's fucking ridiculous. It's like,
it's
Jesus.
Fine. It's Rocky.
No, fuck off.
You have to show respect.
Nope, I don't have to show anything for this dumb shit on my TV. Eva says, yeah, same with us. The tips are given cash in hand. Taxman doesn't need to know. It was like best paying job for young people is what I mean. Sophie says with Sasha Banks in AEW, What are the chances that AEW will do all a female pay-per-view and be successful at it, unlike the WWE version?
You smell what the final boss is cooking.
So he says I tried watching Avatar, stopped watching after 10 minutes.
That's the first one. That's how I was.
Robbie says, so Rock no longer a full-time actor? That's what he's doing right now, and he's getting paid way more money than he does in acting right now, I'm sure.
I bet you he's getting
It's
30
disgusting.
million, probably.
It's fucking disgusting.
Maybe even more.
All
Shit,
you
they
people
gave
are
Mayweather
like, oh my god, it's so amazing.
20 million back in the day to fight the Big Show.
Right.
And that was fucking 15 years ago. It was this one. What was this one? 24. And we're at 40, so not quite. About 16 years ago.
Right.
Mayweather was getting 20 million then. So he could be getting $50 million for this show. Because he's a bigger star than Mayweather. At least in wrestling.
So,
Close your eyes! Oh my god!
So Sophie said, with Sasha Banks in AEW, what are the chances AEW will do a all-female pay-per-view and be successful at it?
That is
0.
0.00000.
Yeah, they'll be less successful
There's
at it
no
than WWE,
way
and they'll never do one.
They're doing it, and I mean they could, right? But it probably wouldn't be AEW who would do it as like we're gonna pull in women from everywhere. So there's gonna be Japan women, there's gonna be WWE women, there's gonna be because I mean obviously Triple H is open to Forbidden Door stuff now, right? We're seeing so now we could see matches between the champions on both of those shows. It's realistic now. They've cracked the door. There's no one that's gonna stop them from doing it because nobody on the board gives a shit if they're wrestling AEW guys. Vince did it out of pride that he was the superior. He didn't treat him as an equal. They're gonna be treated like an equal. But Triple H is gonna do it under the precaution of like, hey, look what happens when you wrestle for here. When we wrestle other companies, and look at the money we make and how we treat our people. This is the catering. This is the spread. Right. And so it'll be to manipulate indie people to come to WWE. Because Triple H doesn't want to raise anybody. He doesn't want to start a minor league company and bring people. He wants people that are already established.
Blood says, what did y'all think of that promo? Yeah, I said it out loud for you. Blood says, what did y'all think of that promo? Wow, mine's the first one.
The Rocks? It was good. I liked it. Fire. If you're talking about Sasha's, it was not. But I don't know.
He's talking about the Rock's promo.
It was fantastic. He even sang. He flexed his golden pipes.
He's a long-winded hack. That's how I feel about it. Ayla says The Last Airbender is an amazing cartoon. One of my favorites. The remake was good, but it wasn't the same. Last Airbender was pretty good. Chris says, I'm pretty sure that's copyright man. Rock stealing Final Boss name. Like, if I was Miko, I would definitely sue Rock. Now, she is retired as an NXT trainer, but she was in NXT UK like 2 years ago.
Yeah, but the Final Boss has been a thing since the beginning of video games.
Sophie says, do you think we will see John Cena appear?
Again? Yes. Now? Today? I don't know. WrestleMania? Maybe. I don't know if he's doing a movie. I don't know his schedule. But he's never not coming back to WWE, if that's what you're asking. Unless something terrible happens.
Robbie says The Rock just plays the same guy under different names in films. Sophie says Avatar The Last Airbender, they made it live action. Fucker Embergren is in the chat smiling, and Ayla says, yeah, it wasn't terrible, honestly. It was alright.
They made Avatar The Last Airbender. That's the name of the second one. The Last Airbender.
So the name of it was a cartoon. And it was like an anime kind of cartoon. And it was called Avatar The Last, it was like The Last Airbender. Um, I'm not sure if that's what they were watching earlier. I'm sure it was, but
Right.
then they got talking about The Last Airbender.
Right,
and,
because of the first one.
yeah. Robbie says to pay for an all-women's AEW pay-per-view now. They're pulling your pants down. LOL. Sophie says, hot take, I actually like the all-female pay-per-view that the WWE held, 6 or 7 years ago? I don't know why people didn't like it.
What's this broad's name? Alexa Lopez. Right before they said it. Said it 2 seconds early. I'm gonna have to write that down. Just because it popped in my head. Who are these guys? Jobbers in the background?
I don't know, they're supposed to be teams. Okay.
Jobbers.
Oh my god, why would they do that? Are they supposed to go against each other to see who wins? That's strange. Tag teams against other tag teams? Yeah, it's the LWO guys.
Jobbers.
I'm like, no, they're actually supposed guys there. I'm like, I just didn't see them, so I couldn't tell you who they were at first.
Jobbers.
Anyway, Sippy says, hot take, I actually liked the all-female pay-per-view that was held 6 or 7 years ago. Didn't know why people liked it. Robbie says, Ayla, did you get the cars clean in the cracks? It was like, I didn't clean cars. I was just the cashier. Sophie says, nice Moana reference by The Rock. Robbie says, Ayla, no wonder it was easy. And Sophie says, we know that we will see a Rock Triple H interaction at some point. Ayla says, it was, but you stand in a small booth all day, no air conditioning, no heat in the winter. Also, people suck. So mentally, it was draining. No one said it was hard, though, Robbie. Sophie says, imagine if Brock does sign with AEW. He won't. Robbie says, Travis sounds like he's lost his voice the way the mic sounds. It's because he doesn't have it on his person.
Breaker 19.
Because he's a weirdo.
Did you ever play on the CB when you were a kid?
We didn't have a CB when we were kids. Like, my dad didn't have one in his truck. But...
We took ours, and we brought them in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And we would play tag with them. Because it's like a squelch thing, so you turn it as you're talking. So, like, if you're talking to somebody, you turn it until it disappears.
Uh-huh.
So you can't, then you turn it back. And then you drive for a while, and then you turn it, and you'll know if you're getting closer or further.
Right.
And you just keep doing that. And somebody's just parked in a parking lot somewhere, but you don't know where.
Right.
True story.
Robbie says, Ayla, I didn't say it was hard either. Ayla says, you just said no wonder it was easy. You implied that someone said it was hard. Sophie says, wow, The Rock downgraded from a 40-minute promo to a 20-minute. Brandon Stevens in the chat. Hey, Brandon says, hey, Wrestling Gap. Robbie says, Ayla, it said, no wonder it was easy, meaning it was easy. Like, hey, easy money? So it was like, with the 6-pack leader match, a lot of the fans aren't liking it.
Yeah, well, it's AEW. You know, he took the idea from Tony Khan. And it's weird, but it's to get everybody a shot. So they can get everybody on. And then all the losers will be in the Battle Royal. So they got it figured out.
Robbie says, Ila, you worked there, so you would know about easy money. Sophie says, do you think AEW will introduce women's tag team championships? Robbie, stop trying to make fetch happen with Ayla. Just leave it alone.
I think that they will add belts to the women's division at some point because they love belts. I mean, you could see 12 more belts by the time this company's done.
They really like belts. Here. Ayla's like, I worked there because I needed a job. I applied. My grandma got hit in the parking lot, and the owner said, you're hired.
You do it.
Well, you know. And with your mom, it'd probably be really easy. Parking lot, it wouldn't take much.
She might just drive right into a pole for you.
Right. Brandon Stevens says WWE Memphis. Yeah, somebody said earlier they're in talks of maybe putting WrestleMania 41 there. Sophie says it looks like if you don't work Mania, you could work other promotions.
Yeah. But where is that? Because usually those other promotions, like that GCW or whatever, they do it in the same city when they do those promotions. Like, They follow they stalk them, and then they have their like Comic-Con. It's like Wrestling Con during that week.
Right.
So they feed off of the WWE fans. They usually book the place next door to the venue, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's basketball, they're doing a hockey, or if it's football, they're doing a basketball. Or a local gymnasium.
Right.
Anyways, that's what they do. And there's more than one. It'll be more than GCW. There'll be other promotions around at that same time. It's so Baszler and Homegirl that she's with can still be wrestling for the title at Mania if they decide to go that route with them.
Yeah, title.
Well, they're kind of pushing them that way. You're seeing it. And the Riff Raff are bad, but Asuka and Kairi aren't.
Right.
They're not part of the Riff Raff. I still don't call them. They're not the Riff Raff. Now Kabuki wears the Riff Raff.
True. Robbie says, "Oh, just because you're so angry about Sasha Banks." I'm not. Today's a different day. The only time I'll be angry about that is on Wednesdays because I live in the moment, Robbie. I don't keep living the moment. Unlike you, apparently. It's like literally Graham took me to an interview and someone backed up into her. Haha, I was like, yep, not getting the job. And then you did. Sophie says, I think it is the same city that is holding Mania. Do you think that GCW show that Shayna Baszler is ongoing to stream on Peacock on that day?
I don't think it'll stream on Peacock.
Stream on YouTube or something.
But it's going to be somewhere. I don't know if it's going to be on pay-per-view or how they do it. I don't know. They might have an app. All right, don't they have an app? But they probably have a website. There's some way you can watch it. Fight TV, Bleacher Report, something. TNT Sports in Europe. Come on, Angel. Alberto.
It feels like living in the moment. Not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. I was like, LOL rattled fully. I think you're just being out now. For no reason. Sophie's like, Vince must have had a heart attack when he saw that Shayna Baszler was going to work a different promotion.
I bet you there's a good possibility Vince has no clue and doesn't care. He's just living his best life while everybody else is worried about what he's thinking.
Robbie's like, Ayla knows the score, and Ayla's like, why is Robbie trying to fight everyone? I don't fucking know what his deal is. I have no idea. So it was like Dolph Ziggler now works Busted Open Radio. He had a championship somewhere.
He does. They do pull radio.
Becker says Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
They're like, we need to practice this more. He's tiny. Throw him around.
It's like a leprechaun size. Look at the power.
They're like, they're so strong. It's like he's a tiny little man.
I know there's wrestling going on, but they should at least show us Selena Vega. Right? At least show us her, right? Like, we're not asking for a lot.
Bob is like, Spanish Fly. How ironic that Latinos are using that move only. It doesn't make any sense. Would somebody from Spain use it too?
Yeah. The Spanish Fly has nothing to do with Mexico. But whatever.
Yeah. I mean,
it's Spanish.
It's from Spain. And that's
they
European.
Might speak Spanish, but it's even a little different Spanish.
True.
They can talk to each other, by the way.
They think that they're uneducated.
Which one?
The Spaniards think that Latinos are uneducated. Move on. It was like he needs attention. Can't practice his sniffing today. The cops are looking. What do they call the cops in England? The bobbies? Oh, the bobbies are looking for
This jobber team of the LWO needs to get off my television.
Or Tyler's in the chat. It says, Rob, hi Tyler. Sophie says it'll be interesting to see how they get Jimmy and Jay back together after Mania.
I think that one of them will get attacked by the Bloodline. And then it'll be a brutal attack, and it'll make them
brutal.
It'll make the other one switch.
Not the brutal. So
Thrust kick. Angel going up top. No, he's just getting tagged in.
Tyler says,
hopefully they end this shit.
So this is congrats to UConn for winning that basketball game that aired before SmackDown.
2 and 3. Thank goodness for Chef Boy RD.
Yay!
Holy crap. I was worried that they might give it to those jobbers. How would you like to be a team, right? Like the Road Warriors or the Midnight Express or whatever, Freebird.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, there's another team, and then they call you something else. And then they call that team your name. The jobbers that just lost were El Fantasmo de Mando
Yeah, they were.
right? And now they're not, and now they're the LWO. It's like, just go away. It's time to leave. Oh, we got Pretty Deadly going up against
New Catch Republic.
Oh, that's
That's
midgets.
their name?
Yeah.
Oh my god, the midget people's name is...
They'll win. Although they should have the tag team win.
You
Makes
think?
sense,
Robbie says, I will leave the snipping to you, Ayla. Chris says, Zelina and Kai have a podcast on YouTube. They're so funny and always go off onto tangents and don't stay on topic. It's funny. I'm pretty sure you mentioned that our last chat, too. That's funny, Chris. Robbie's like, nah, get it right. It's the pigs for the place, so you're okay. Sophie says, Damian Priest have been hinting that he will cash in soon. Ila's like, hi. And Ila says, okay, Robbie, you have problems. Robbie says, or we say Old Bill for police also. Whatever, they're your bobbies. Or whatchamacallit. They're called something else, too. Constables. Here, constables.
With their hats and their sticks.
Constables. How can you take them serious?
Grovel.
Fuck. It's like your guys' roadmen. Ew! How terrifying! Don't stick me with your pocket knife. You want what?
If somebody pulls a knife on you, you just hit him in the head with a brick.
My money? What do you mean?
Why would you want my money?
Some lady did a TikTok about that. She's like, I have a story. She's like, I actually have a story about a roadman in England. She goes, I went there and I was there for a couple of years, but she's like, I was like 18, 19 years old. And she goes, and I was outside having a smoke.
A
fag. And she came and she was standing out there and a guy came up to her and he said something and she had no idea what he said. She's like, what? And he's like,
chip, cheerio.
So he had to repeat himself. He's like fucking asking her for her money, right? And she's like, what? I mean, she's seriously, because she's American, right? Because we're dicks. And she's like, what? And so he not only repeated himself, not once, not twice, but 3 fucking times he repeated himself. And this is what you guys are scared of? These people fucking robbing you?
I doubt anybody's scared of it.
And it's like, are you shitting me? No, they were like, that's their thing. They were like, oh, you guys would be scared. And it's like,
old women and old men.
Are we though? Are we supposed to be scared of them? And then he finally says it slower. Give me your money or something like that. And she's like, or something about her money, like, and she goes, what about it? And the guy finally just fucking gave up because he was so frustrated that she was like, what? You know, like, what the fuck do you want? What about my money?
Funny.
So, it's like, oh my god. Now, what's absolutely terrifying is the fact that Canada just barely decided to take away their guns from their citizens. And not only that, but now they have their police officers literally telling these people that they should just keep their key fobs by their front door, so when the thieves come to steal their car, they're going to break into your house anyways, but they just want your car. So if you leave the key fob there, it's fine. Because guess what? the bad guys have fucking guns. I'm like, you guys are so fucking retarded. It just blows my mind. Oh, if we get rid of guns, it'll be great. Nobody will ever have one. Like, ever.
Right, but the government doesn't take your guns away to stop crime. They take your guns away to control you.
I know, but I understand that.
Okay.
Hopefully people out there understand that. I just think it's pretty funny that, and it's so sad that these citizens are having to go through something like this. And it's like, stand up for yourselves. Have a coup. Fuck. Overthrow your fucking government.
It's really easy to be a liberal country. You know what I mean? Like, when you have the greatest wall in the history of mankind to your southern border. Like, you don't have to worry about ever being invaded.
Right.
Like, ever. Like, they're completely... They can do whatever... They don't even need a military. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to allow anybody in there. Ever.
Well, they couldn't come our way, but if they want to just come in the sides, it's fine. I'd let them have it. Like, you guys want to just come up to the sides of Canada? Because there's plenty of ports there, I'm sure.
So, only the east side of Canada controls the whole thing. Straight up.
There's nothing.
It's
They
just like us.
have like no, like they are so open stuff.
It's basically Toronto over. And Toronto controls it. Ottawa, Winnipeg, Calgary. Yeah, we haven't seen this guy forever. I forgot he still existed.
Robbie, did you get your feelings hurt? I wasn't paying attention. Oh, I don't know. Tyler said something. That hurt Robbie's feelings, so we put him in a timeout. Robbie, gotta have thicker skin, my friend. Ayla says, no, I don't want to be your friend. Don't be a bag. Let's see. Sophie had said, if Damian Priest holds on to the Money in the Bank past Mania, he will be the longest running Money in the Bank. Sophie said, I'm surprised Demolition didn't get called into the Hall of Fame this last year. And Tyler had said, Rub, Ayla, and...
he called Robbie a bitch boy.
I don't think Robbie has friends.
No, is that what he said?
He said that earlier. Let's see. Chris says that's worse than New Quarter Catch Crew versus New Catch Republic, right? Ayla says, I don't think he does either. I think he follows people around and randomly laughs really loud when those people are talking to each other. Poor kid. Picking on Robbie. Oh man. Oh man. So he says this is a weird tournament type bracket. You know.
This is a tag team thing. It's not really a bracket. It's just everybody wrestles each other and the winners go on. Right?
Yeah, something like that. Robbie says, Ayla, no, I don't want to be your friend. Don't be a bag. And then Tyler laughed at Ayla's comment. Sophie says, Bailey, Naomi, and Tamina was at Dynamite. Tyler had said, Robbie has their friends.
I saw that. They were in masks. They all went in masks.
Who did?
Did you not read what you read?
Bailey, Naomi, and Tamina was at Dynamite? Oh.
They wore masks.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Stupid. Tamina didn't have to. She's not with the WWE anymore.
I'm sure she is in some form.
No. Anyways, Tyler said Robbie has no friends, only his left hand, which is funny. And then Ayla's like, picture it. I don't think anybody wants to picture that, Ayla. Tyler says, picture what? Ayla and Sophie's like, what the hell are you talking about? Robbie's like, says someone with a fake name. Ayla's like, they're like, why is this small child following us? Tyler's like, you better watch your mouth, bitch boy. It looks like Dickleberry is how I picture your name, Robbie. Oh my god, you guys. I was like, I can definitely see that. And Sophie says, the more you know with D. It is, the more you know. Robbie says, oh, please, what you gonna do? Chris says, LA night time.
LA
Tyler says, you in the UK, go drink some tea and shove a crumpet up your ass. Oh, Tyler. Now we don't go mad at people for being from the UK. Sophie says, if this whole Vince story is false, that's a sick joke by whoever. Ayla says, you asked to get picked on, Robbie. Oh my god, did he? Did he say pick on me? I didn't see that. Ayla says, did you time out Tyler for what?
Oh, shit! From behind, AJ Styles.
No, not
the
AJ.
phenomenal AJ Styles.
Oh my goodness. I was like, oh, thanks, Ayla. And Sophie says, who wants to go to Canada? I don't know if people like it there, I guess. Ayla says, do you hurt your ego? Little man got his feelings hurt. I was like, going to time me out too. I'll pull an Aaron. He's timing anybody else out, guys. Robbie's like, yeah, I do have thick skin, but don't take it personal. Then why did you time me out? You could have just ignored him. Sophie's like, I don't have that many friends at all. And Robbie says, Ayla, you're cool. And Ayla's like, why? Because they don't threaten your man. Jesus, you guys, stop. I was like, have a good night, y'all. I need to calm down before I say something really stupid. It's okay. We all like to say really stupid things about Robbie. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
I'm teasing. We love Robbie. He might be a little poo-poo sometimes, but we love him. Sophie says, I kind of have soft skin. Is it because you moisturize? I'm sorry that you feel like you don't have that many friends, Sophie. Sometimes that happens. But maybe it's because you have really good friends is why you don't have that many friends.
We're your friends.
Sometimes numbers of friends don't mean anything. It says, yeah, just chill. Robbie has big feelings. Do you just use lotion, Sophie? Robbie's like, so WWE selling Prime at all events? Might be. I don't know what they're doing.
Probably.
I would hope they would sell other things, but
I don't know if they're exclusive, if that's what you're asking.
Sophie says, LA Knight versus AJ Styles. This feud kind of reminds me of the Chris Jericho AJ Styles feud. Could.
He's asking what was the penalty to Randy.
He slithered in. It was like, we just having fun. I know, right? Sophie's like, I mean, if someone makes fun of me for whatever reason, I get mad. Oh. Wow. Or Robbie's like, okay. And then Tyler's like, so why put me in timeout? I don't know.
Yeah.
Let bygones be bygones, Tyler. Apologize for Robbie putting you in timeout. I was not keeping up with anything. I could have stopped it before it happened, but I was not paying attention to the chat. That's on me. I'm sorry. Everybody go to your respectful corners.
The very fabric of WWE.
The very fabric of WWE. Feels like weekending Styles versus Knight. I think so, because I mean they've had, for some reason AJ Styles is really mad at LA. Oh, it's because he took his time away from him. That was it. That's what happened. That's why AJ Styles hates Knight, because he pulled him away from the ring and then took his moment. That's what happened. He talked about it last week or something, Tyler. That's what happened. Robbie says, so Austin Theory got a new gimmick. Did he? I don't know. Or, well, this is Grayson Waller, so I don't know.
Yeah, it is. Grayson Waller.
What's his gimmick? It looks the same to me. It was like, I get really mad, honestly.
Maybe it's the Laker gear that he's wearing.
So it says KSI hinted that he might want to wrestle.
Of course he does. He doesn't want to box. The only problem with KSI is he's not that popular in America.
That guy's a dumbass.
He's very popular overseas.
Tyler's like, don't be mad. Puggles is here. There you go. That's it. Rob is like, Austin Theory probably has the best moves these days.
Nothing wrong with Austin.
He thinks he has the best moves. So there's this guy on TikTok that comes over my FYP sometimes. And he cracks open a beer and says, yeah, like LA Knight. Mm-hmm. He stole it from another guy. And like a friend or whoever on TikTok as well, or on a video or whatever. And so he talked to him and he's like, hey, it's like, where'd that come from? I'm going to like maybe use that. And he's like, oh, it's from this wrestler called LA Knight. He says, yeah. And he's like, I fucking hate wrestling. Wrestling's fucking stupid as shit. And he's like, just goes off on how dumb wrestling is and everything. But he's like, so I decided I would use it anyways. And I made it my own. And I'm like, dude, you sound just like him. I don't know why you're fucking saying it's your own. I wanted to like comment, but I'm like, not a commenter. But I was like, you're stupid. like, You sound exactly like what happens on the wrestling. You should watch it one time to know, because you sound just like the guy doing it. I hear a moron.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any difference. Sophie says KSI is very popular on YouTube.
Yeah, in Europe. He's a European guy.
Tyler says, so Kenny Pickett got traded to the Eagles, Travis.
Cool.
Who's Kenny Pickett?
I think he's a wide receiver, but I don't know.
Oh. Is he a good wide receiver?
I've heard the name, but I only watched football last year. I hadn't watched it in like 5 years.
Is he better
the
than...
names don't... Like, there's only a few names that I know.
Yeah, I feel bad for the Steelers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He went to Big Ben's team.
Hopefully they just gave him like league minimum. Hopefully they gave
I bet
they
you
know,
they did.
They know better. He just had a huge contract in Denver, unless Denver just traded him to him and they ate the contract. That's a huge contract to eat, though. That's like
Fuck.
$200 million.
Dude, it was ridiculous what that dumbass got paid. Like, it's gonna be great. He's gonna do so good. And it's like, he's gonna ruin that team too. Congratulations.
He isn't worth a freaking $1.25.
He's not. He's worth less than what Natalia was on that little board thing she was on. She got all mad about.
$1.
Exactly.
He was in the dollar one. There was 4s, 3s, 2s, and 1s, and he had $10 to make it.
He's like worth maybe 2 bits if he's lucky. 75 cents, motherfucker. Sophie says there's still many people that still don't have a clear path to Mania. Do they need one? Do we have to have them there? Can they not come? Can they stay home?
I wish they were done making the card right now. There's already fucking like 12 matches.
It's gonna be so great.
I made a little list. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've got 12 matches already.
Good. Chris says, Travis, remember the big man Kamala? We got a big man on NXT as North American champion. He is Oba Femi. He is an athletic version of Omos, basically everything he should have been.
Yeah, I watched yesterday a little of Tuesday's show. I'll get there. One of the days of the week.
It's one of the days of the week, definitely.
I watched some of it. I didn't watch the whole thing, and I didn't watch it with volume on, and so it was just kind of on. I was setting up Danny's ball. August 3rd. There's a lot of pay-per-views right there together again this year, too.
Ayla says, at least I made D laugh. Yeah. Robbie says, Logan Paul, the face of WWE. Yeah. And Tyler says, on 3/29/24, Murder Drones, episode 7 comes out. And it looks like shit will go down.
What in the world?
Murder Drones?
I don't know what you're talking about, but I think that's when that Princess Peach game comes out.
It's the 22nd. I'll get to play it way before Murder Drones. What's Murder Drones?
No ye! No ye!
Why is he yelling at us? I feel violated. It was like Sophia poke fun at you sometimes, but I'm just messing around. I hope you'll tell me if I ever cross the line. And Robin says, Usos mean business. Who are these two singers? Can't be anyone special if mans don't know them.
Yeah, but then you turn into an alcoholic.
And a druggie.
And your brother, I don't know about drugs.
Oh, okay.
That's alleged. And he's alleged alcoholic. But he's got DUIs to prove it.
He's an alcoholic.
But still, allegedly, it's no ye.
How on earth can it be alleged if you've been arrested and convicted of DUI and have gone to rehab because of it? That's not alleged anymore.
I'm just protecting.
You are guilty.
I'm just protecting my channel, and that's all I care about.
You are guilty of it.
Never heard of it.
I don't know who these people are.
Maybe it's country. He's got like a country outfit on.
Tyler's like, or Google it. And Robbie's like, not even Google can help me. It was like, do not Google murder drones. You be on a list. I'm not Googling shit.
Ooh, speaking of murder
If you
drones,
can't tell me what it is, then it's not worth my time to look it up. That's how I see it.
speaking of murder drones, wolves and ravens are working together. I sent you a TikTok. It's hilarious. It's real though.
Wolves and ravens.
Mm-hmm.
Did you send it later in the day?
I sent it right before you pulled up.
Oh yeah, so I haven't seen it.
It's pretty cool. So the wolves send the ravens up in the air. They find the food and they come back, and then they show them where it is. So the wolves follow them, basically at eye level. They could eat them if they want.
I love ravens. They're so smart.
They take them to where the
The
food
ravens
is.
are like, I know how, guys. I know how we can get dinner. Watch this,
Right.
motherfucker. Hey, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna like tell the little wolves. We're gonna be like, hey guys,
Because they're murder machines.
there's something over here.
They take them to it. They kill it. Then they split the meal. They enjoy it. And sometimes when they go to hunt, the big wolves go hunt, and then the ravens will stay with their young and just watch over them until they fell the animal, and then they all go.
Because in all reality, crows are like the same, right? If you feed them, they will follow you around and tell you when things or something's wrong.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's murder drones. Now the wolves are using drones. That's pretty crazy to think about.
I think it's amazing. Like, I think it's fucking so smart. The ravens are so fucking smart that they figured that out. Because you know that it was the ravens. I mean,
yeah.
I'm not saying wolves aren't smart. They have to be smart too in their own way.
Highly intelligent.
But it's a different type of highly intelligence, right? The fact that that's kind of cool, actually.
All you need as a human is a pack of wolves, some birds, and yourself, and you could dominate any animals on the planet.
Pretty much. Robbie says, LOL, did you Google it? And Ayla's like, maybe. And Robbie's like, what'd it say? And Sophie says, would Jinder be considered a legend whenever he does retire?
I think so. He's a one-time champion, and they just let people in the Hall of Fame
That's never won a championship.
that had a championship. That girl, I can't remember what her name is, but
they even let him in when they don't have championships.
And so he's a former world champion, and he's done more. So yeah, I think he's definitely a world Hall of Famer. Off their criteria, off their history.
Ayla's like, I'm just kidding. I didn't Google it, but I've probably Googled worse. You Googled 2 girls in a cup, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Sophie says the last time SummerSlam took place in Ohio was in '95. Robbie says, did you check your search history? Sophie says Jimmy versus Jay at Mania, that will be a banger. And do you think Rikishi will be the special ref?
No. That's weird.
Why would they did they say they were going to have a special ref?
So, no and yes. So,
okay.
It's Bloodline rules, and they can pick a ref.
Oh, I see. Okay.
They can do anything. It's Bloodline
right.
rules. And Bloodline is no rules, so they literally can just make up stipulations. Like,
right.
Cody can pin Roman 1, 2, 3, and they could go with a special rule, 2 out of 3 falls. You know what I mean? They could literally fuck with him the whole night.
Right.
How long is this match going to last? 30 seconds?
I don't know. Tyler says Murder Drones is a horror comedy independent animated web series created by Liam Vickers and produced by Glitch Productions. Oh, okay. That's cool. So basically it's about robots killing people. I've seen a little show like that. Ayla showed it to me. It's called Robots and something. Robots and Death. Or Death and Robots or something like that.
Robots and cookies.
Robbie says Logan milking it for sure. And Sophie says, I meant Rikishi as special ref when his sons faces each other.
I have a feeling that Logan could win at Mania because they're going to be in Cleveland for SummerSlam.
Ooh.
And it would be nice for him to be a champion going in there.
Yeah. Be interesting.
But that's a hard victory for him. I mean, unless Kevin Owens interferes.
Sophie, Travis knew what you meant about the special ref part in Rikishi with Jay and Jimmy, but you know that doesn't mean that they'll have him as. I doubt he would be your special ref. Who knows who it would be?
Tamina.
Robbie says Prime, they sponsor football teams as well. And Sophie says they announced the voice cast of Among Us, the TV series, today. Robbie says Austin Theory defo getting involved in this match. And Ayla says Death, Love, and Robots. It's good. Every episode is different. Yeah, that one. Death, Love, and Robots. I knew it had something to do with robots and death. I
Is that
forgot the
that
love
anime
part.
one that you had me watch that one time?
Nope.
And she was maybe falling in love with this robot?
Nope. That anime is called Chobits.
I only watched like 2, 3.
Yeah. That one only has like 12.
That's what you do with me.
15.
You're like, hey, watch this. And 3 and quit. There was a vampire boy. There was
I don't know if you're interested
there
or
was
not,
the
though,
one-
because you don't
there was
act
the
interested.
one
So it's
with
hard to
the
watch them if you're not interested.
girl that fell into the well. That's the latest. Then there was that one that I was talking about.
Inuyasha? You want to watch all 300 episodes of Inuyasha?
That's the point. The point is you started, but you don't finish.
I just didn't go back and watch them.
That's called
We can watch the rest of Those Who Hunt Elves.
See, there's another one. I don't remember that one right off. Oh yeah, I do. They make them get naked.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I know this.
That
shit.
one's really short. We could definitely finish that one. Well, your stuff when you did some updates and stuff got rid of them, and so I forgot it even existed.
Is that-
To see how it works.
Yeah.
That's how my brain works. If it's not
I
on the
didn't
list,
know.
I'm like, I don't remember what was there, because I won't. I don't fucking remember what all I had on there.
You just made the list.
You just made the list.
Who would love to get
Sophie's
that
like,
into
Jimmy and
everybody?
Jay are Rikishi's sons.
Yeah, that means
I-
nothing though.
I
Like,
understand that, Sophie, but that doesn't mean that they'll have Rikishi be the special ref. I mean, if they decide to have a special ref.
I mean, if anything, he'd be the special ref in his own son's match. Like, it makes no sense for him to be Roman Reigns'.
Yeah. Well, and that's what
Special
they're
ref.
saying, Jimmy and Jay, which that's what you talked about at Mania. We understand who you're talking about, Sophie. We just, I mean, just because it's bloodline rules with Jimmy and Jay, too, doesn't mean that Rikishi could be a special guest ref or whatever. Who knows? Like, I mean, it could happen, but it might not. So, you know.
Oh.
Robbie says, you can see it happening. Tyler says, in the show, humans went extinct while mining. The murder drones in and V kill robots for oil so they don't overheat. Interesting. Sophie says Black Mirror new season is coming in 2 years. Ayla says it's cool too because every episode is made by different people, so it's all different animation. Yeah, those were pretty cool. I don't know if I went back and watched a lot of them. Or the last season of it. I think you said that another season came out of it or something. I never had Travis watch any of those. I watched those on my own. Robbie says 300 episodes. Are they 1 hour long? No, they're like 20 minutes, Robbie. Sophie says, I heard of Death, Love, and Robots. Never watched it, though. And Robbie's like, mad. Sophie says the Jamie Foxx show is on Netflix now. Becker says Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. Ayla says Scavenger's Reign on HBO Max is really good. Couldn't handle it, Ayla. I tried it. It's not for me. I'm glad you like it. I recommended it to a couple other people that probably would like it, but I hated it. Sorry. I watched a few episodes too, and I was like, nope. Not my cup of tea. I have a hard time with sci-fi ones. They are just not ones I really enjoy or like. Sophie says, I don't have a list of TV shows or movies. I choose random shows or movies I want to watch. And Tyler says, I'm a bounce. Y'all have a good night. See you all for Raw Rub. Have a fabulous weekend, Tyler. Thanks for hanging out with us a little bit tonight. We really do appreciate it. You take care of yourself. Sophie says, for some reason, my 24 game went into some sort of error. You might like Girls on the Bus. Girls on the Bus, huh?
Girls on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round.
It's like an
Girls on the
interestingly
bus
weird
go round
anime.
and round.
Girls on the Bus. Is that an
The
anime?
babies on the bus go swish, 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 swish. The babies on the bus go swish, swish, swish.
Tyler says, what would I like, Delita? What do you mean? You might like it. If you like sci-fi type stuff, you might like that Scavenger Raid. Tyler, I don't know what kind of animes you like to watch.
Ducked it.
I've just
Power
never been very big on those. My personal self. I don't really like them.
71 versus or 74 versus the 91.
So, I mean, it really depends, Tyler, on what other type of animes you like to watch. I watch a lot of old school ones, so, you know, very popular ones during my time. Cowboy Bebop and Trigun. Inuyasha. Odd ones like Chobits and Those Who Hunt Elves.
I've literally never watched one.
Hellsing.
I can't say, oh, I watched one that was like a series. I've never watched one.
Right.
I don't even think I've watched a movie. Because anime to me is Japanese.
It is.
Coloring. It's like different and everything's pointy.
Uh-huh.
And sharp.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that about cartoons.
Oh. You know, it's funny because a lot of them aren't like that. Like, the ones I like aren't really like that. So I don't watch them.
Sharp and pointy.
Ayla is telling you what it is, Tyler. And you might like it, Tyler. Scavenger's Reign. It just depends on what you like. So if you like any anime, you might actually enjoy
Theory's
it.
down.
I know it's the type of animes that a lot of people do really enjoy.
Are we gonna see?
It's just not my cup of tea.
Are we gonna see Waller and Theory wrestle each other at WrestleMania?
And I did watch like 4 episodes of it or something, and I just couldn't.
DDT.
Couldn't get into it.
RKO out of nowhere. Why are they showing us this? What's this say? What is that? Can you read that?
Roman Reigns 97, The Rock 94,
no, I can
Cody
read
Rhodes
that.
93.
It says something at the top.
Top-rated male superstars.
Oh, okay. The Rock.
Ayla says, yeah, another season came out. Some of those episodes are so good, I'd watch a whole movie or show based off of it. Robbie says, 2K games, are they any different? Yeah, sometimes they're different. They do different stuff or have different modes and stuff. Sophie says you might also like When Apples Fall. Huh, okay. Girls on the bus and When Apples Fall. Interesting. It was like, I think Jalitha is straight and she owns a car. Sophie says, nah, it isn't anime. It's hard to describe what it is. Sophie says, the only anime I used to watch is Dragon Ball.
Yep, never seen that one either. Is Ben 10 an anime?
Yes.
Is it? So I seen the first episode of that one time it was on. And then I noticed that it was the first episode every time that it said it was on, so I thought it might be a movie.
Oh.
It was that he got like this wristband or something.
Okay.
I can't remember if it was a wristband, but I'm pretty sure it was a wristband. Uh-oh.
Tyler says, I like any anime called Scavengers, and Ayla says, it's very sci-fi. It took me a minute to get into this.
Kevin Owens? We're going to see Kevin Owens? Kevin Owens
Maybe.
We're going to see Kevin Owens. We might get a Kevin Owens. Give him a right hand. Oh my god!
How dare he?
How big of a surprise is this?
Oh my god, it's Kevin Owens. Oh my god, poor Grayson Waller. He got pushed over.
On? Pink Crocs?
No, their shoes are just pink on the bottom. They're ombre.
That's the name, right?
No, that's the coloring. So they're light to a dark color. So they're ombre.
Oh. That's ombre.
Robbie's like, Austin Theory getting smoked. And Sophie says the new Fallout TV series show is coming on Amazon Prime next month. Becker is clapping. And
Did you see Theory sell that? Holy shit.
Sophie says, what's the difference between anime and cartoon? I always thought they were the same thing. Not necessarily.
If it doesn't freeze, watch the sell from Austin Theory. You don't have to worry. It's after he grabs him because he's going to RKO him here. Okay, now watch. Now watch. Right here. Watch the sell from Theory.
That's funny. That's funny. So the difference between anime and cartoon is usually the animes are drawn and then they're made into an animation. Cartoons don't always have to be drawn, and it depends on who does them.
Is it possible that the American cartoons and
it could be
Japanese is animation, and maybe
it could be.
Maybe that's why it's animation is anime.
It might be.
There it is. Triple threat match. We called this one too.
That's funny.
It's almost like wrestling's predictable or something, you know?
How dare Triple H be like Tony Khan, the predictability of everything that happens?
Okay. Randy, Paul, now Kevin Owens. That takes one of my matches away. Because I had Kevin Owens versus somebody.
Right.
So now I'm back to 11 matches.
So this person says it's the same thing. The word anime is actually just a Japanese word that translates into the word animation. And some people say it's kind of different. Anime can be enjoyed by viewers of all, while it can be enjoyed by viewers of all ages, typically geared towards a more mature audience. It deals with darker, more serious times where cartoons are typically aimed at younger audiences, often featuring lighthearted, humorous themes.
Right.
Which is funny because Dragon Ball Z is it's anime, but it's geared towards kids.
Right, which you could do.
So is Pokemon, so is a whole bunch of other things.
When I was a kid, I didn't like the Japanese cartoons because I liked the Looney Tunes cartoons, but from my childhood Looney Tunes, not the ones of the era.
Right.
And so I always just competed those two, right? Like it was like Mickey Mouse or Bugs Bunny.
And that's basically, a lot of people are like, differences, comparisons, sames, whatever. But, you know, other things come up, like what you said. Visually distinct features for characters in anime, so on and so forth. So there's subtle differences and everything like that. But in all reality, they're just...
Should we ask AI?
No, they're just animations. I already looked at that. There's no reason.
Yeah, but it could tell it's heartfelt.
It's not heartfelt. It's a machine. Doesn't have heart.
Brain, art. What's the other thing? Oh, bravery. Toto.
All right. Anyways, Tyler said he's gonna go watch it. Ayla said, I know, Sophie, I'm excited about Fallout. Ayla says, let me know if you like it. Sophie says, I never played Fallout. It looks weird. Ayla says, I think Sophie, cartoon is for children and anime is more geared towards adults. And Ayla says, it's so good. Fallout 4. Robbie says, Austin Theory getting smashed up be a good feud with KO and Logan and Randy. Ayla says, it's fun.
Anybody realize how small Dakota Kai is as a human being?
Yeah.
And she's the tallest out of all the Monkey Guild.
I know, that's funny.
She looks like she's a foot taller than all of them, and she's like 5 foot.
Yeah, she's not looking poor Kayla Barrett. Toasty
all...
Marshmallow's like, and she probably has heels on,
right?
Toasty. Because she's pretty short, too.
That's funny. A lollipop guild.
Bobby says, Austin Theory getting smashed up be a good feud with KO and Logan and Randy. It was like, it's fun. You could do whatever you want. Sophie says, turning a video game into a movie or TV must be hard to do. Sophie's like, Sonic 3 is coming to theaters at the end of the year. And Ayla says, Fallout would be easy because in the game you get to do what you want. So they have more freedom. There's a storyline, but to get to it, you travel and explore.
I like the opposite. I don't know if I would go, hey, I played that video game, so I want to watch the movie. But I like when there's a movie and they make a video game for it.
Yeah.
Then it's like, oh.
There's quite a few like movies that they should make
Every time I watch like
of.
a cool movie, I'm like, they should make a game out of that. Because it would be fun to play.
Yeah.
But they never do. Like, there should be a badass game made by a great company for like Jurassic Park.
Probably. Oh, it's called Legos.
Right, but it's too easily geared, right? I'm talking about like a really hard one, or just any games like.
Come on, the Lego one is not that easy sometimes.
I know. Oh, guess what? You don't finish it.
Why would I finish it?
What you're supposed to do? Shit's probably still on that hard drive.
It was hard. Why are you being mean?
What are you mean?
You're kind of being mean. For no reason. You're just attacking for no reason at this point. No, I'm not. I'm just telling you what it's like. You're just being attacky for no reason. No. It's because you're being attacky for no reason. You don't finish anything!
Well, you don't.
Like, literally, you're like, you don't finish anything. Like, it's like, fine. I won't finish anything then. Ever again.
Is this one of your triggers?
No.
Finish.
Hi, Cat. What are you doing?
Coming to say hi. He almost went a whole episode without you.
No. He's hanging out on his box.
Look at my computer.
Oh,
Throws.
it's terrifying.
Hey, I've actually wanted to toss it there before. Supposedly you can see that monster in his eyes. See. Very fun.
Hey, buddy. Thank you. You're so nice. You're a nice boy. You're a nice boy, huh? You're a nice boy.
He doesn't like to be called out.
Why? Nice? Being kind of nice.
He just he's all like his foot bent backwards. Like he's been in a fight with a great team.
Yeah. He's still got thingies all over him. Somehow he got new
scab on top
ones
of his
and
head the other day. But his neck's almost better.
yeah. He's got things on his arms again. He's got like some on the back of his neck again.
Hopefully that doesn't like scar and leave like no hair there ever.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like anime, not animals. I read it as anime. You're fine. Ravi says they are going to turn on Dakota, aren't they? I don't know. Maybe.
Even if they do, it doesn't really matter.
Sophie says with role-playing games, I always do the side quests before going to continue the main story. So this is Kevin Owens versus Logan Paul versus Randy at Mania, but who is going to get a pin in that match and who will lose? Ayla says, as you should, Sophie. I think just doing the main quest is boring. This says that makes more sense about cartoon versus anime, right? Ravi says, sure, you run the show. LOL, Dakota couldn't convince herself. Sophie says, with Spider-Man 2, I have started the side quests. The triple threat match will be unpredictable, though. And says some role-playing games, you have to do the main quest first before you do the side quests. Quentin Mitchell in the chat. Hey, Quentin. Says Undertaker got his own podcast called 6 Feet Under. And it says Bioshock would make a great movie. You guys should play that. It's spooky. And Sophie says, if you do everything in a role-playing type of game, it could take you a long time to bust the entire game. Robbie says, although you can't stay mad at Travis for long. And Ayla says, Bioshock is a video game. It just follows the story type game. And Robbie says, they don't need Dakota in the group.
No, and if Dakota left, it could be her and Naomi and Bayley to wrestle 3-on-3 if they wanted to do that at some point. I don't see it, but they could.
Hey, Grace. Ayla's like, I've been mad at Travis for 32 years. A long time.
Danny. Bare knuckle fights on YouTube right now. I said, I'm live on YouTube right now.
They're pillow fights? What?
Bare knuckle fight.
Oh, sorry.
I'm like, I'm live on YouTube right now.
It almost sounded like you said bear girl fights. I'm like, what the fuck?
Ooh, Bear Girl.
No, like bear as in naked.
When I first read Bear, I was worried that could be something wrong with his dog or
Oh.
but
Did he spell it like that?
I don't know.
Oh.
Probably not.
Sophie says I
probably
started
read it
playing
like that.
Persona 5, and Robbie says, haha, Ayla. It was like a whole grudges.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ. No wonder. I would be like, Mike, so I'm a smart ass. I'd be like, so they're fighting bears? Like Kodiak bears? What kind of bears we talking about here?
Oh, God.
Panda
Dragon
bears? If it's panda bears, somebody's going to win. Probably not the panda bears.
Yeah, they're not very tough. Oh, God.
They're fucking cute, though.
He hit him with
Weird.
his ass to the face right there.
What? Can't use that.
Uh-oh, flips over the ropes.
So it was like
Kicks him in the
Triple
back of
H
the
on the
knee.
Pat McAfee show.
Yeah, that'll be as exciting as watching
Ink dry?
paint dry or grass grow. What's he going to say? I'm Tony Khan?
Oh my
Everybody
God,
thought
he
it was
can't
somebody
steal
else.
other people's identities.
Well, he might just be Tony Khan. We don't know it. Tony Khan could just be wearing a suit from a dead man who died a couple years ago from a heart thing.
Yeah, that's gross. It was like I need a raccoon. So it was like, where's Roman Reigns? Oh, maybe he got broken. Maybe he couldn't make it to
I
wherever
don't know.
they're
What's
at.
the main event tonight?
Because it's not this.
Well, Rock started the show. Is Cody going to come out? Do we know what's happening tonight? Her face looks so bad.
What's wrong with
She had
it?
a cute face just there. All the...
Oh.
Have you
He's
seen
got
the
ouchies
little?
there.
You know they have the arms for chicken.
Uh-huh.
They got little hands for cats.
I saw that. Did you see the gray cat?
Is it smoking?
People are so weird. Oh, God.
Hey, Carlito's here.
Oh, God, it's Carlito.
The joy.
I'm so happy he
I'm
made
so
it.
excited. Carlito wasn't even good when Carlito was good.
Robin's like, Triple H is a wet fish these days. Lost his spark.
You mean Tony
If
Khan?
he was a wet fish and he had spark, wouldn't he be electrocuted?
That'd be cool.
So if he says, I wonder if Triple H and Tony Khan watch YouTube channels like it's like yours. I doubt it. Not even, no. We aren't worth their time at all. Sophie, sorry.
Oh, Ray's there.
Oh, God, not Rey Mysterio.
This is exciting.
Kayla says, like, I need one. I don't know how much longer I
Rey
can live without a trash can
Mysterio
and chewing on my couch.
Is here.
I thought your kids already did that, Eli. I already had trash cans. Robbie's like, what's Ray gonna do? He's gonna stare at him and whatchamacallit in
Santos.
masked vision. So he's like, I meant like yours. Yeah, I got it. What you doing with that foot? Kind of weird. I know, but it's like very awkward. Let's help. There you go.
Why you touching his butt?
Oh, I'm touching his leg.
Electra Lopez
Let's help him
deserves
with
to
this
be
one.
on my TV whenever she chooses.
Oh, they don't want me to play that.
Yeah, it was. Ray's
He's
flaky.
gonna give him what he wants. Give him what he wants, what he really, really wants. I want what?
Yeah, you and me.
He's gonna be on him? That's nasty. Yeah, says I'd trade my kids for a raccoon, or better yet, an opossum. Ow. Sophie says, I bet Bailey versus Dakota is the main event tonight.
Oh my God, probably.
Robbie says, Ray bringing the heat. It's burnout before it began.
Because we know Bailey's going to get jumped and then Naomi's going to come down, but will Bianca come down and help Naomi? Because that's what they hinted at.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Bailey's get fluffy. I kind of don't want her to win the title. I want her to kind of disappear for 6-7 months, get in shape, then come back to win the title.
It was like, live fast, eat trash. Sophie says this month is what Women's History Month. That's cool.
I don't think women should be history.
Well, since they want to change it and basically make trans women. They want to put men in place of it. I'm not sure how they can have a Women's History Month then. Doesn't make any sense. I was like, ouch, my ears. Sorry. Last time I got my thing off, my microphone off fast enough, but this time I didn't. Sorry. So he says the show's going by fast, and he was like, I'm leaving. Okay, bye, bitch. Make me some fucking chicken soup, Ayla.
I might get some soup.
I don't want you to make me soup. You'd probably poison it.
Just
You'd probably make it wrong.
put soup and get it wrong.
You get soup, and that's how you make it, huh? That's interesting.
You put chicken noodle soup in a bowl and you put
We
some
don't
milk
have
in
chicken
it and
noodle soup.
Heat it up. There you go.
Yeah.
Tomato soup.
Robbie says, what or who even knows what Ray and this Mexican story is even about? He was like, goodbye, hearts. Are you sick? I guess. The sneezing hasn't given it away. Yeah, I've got some. Sophie says it seems like every month someone gets celebrated. It's because we like to celebrate good times. It was like I'm not feeling good either. I'm sorry.
Oh, Darby the house elf isn't climbing Mount Rushmore or Mount Everest anymore.
Is it because he has that cut and he's not healed?
He broke his foot on Wednesday.
He like really broke it?
There's his bones.
They really broke his foot? What the fuck? It's from TMZ Sports. They can't give you fake stuff. That sounds not right.
He broke his foot during the match, delaying his climb of Mount Everest until next year.
I feel like they're faking something.
Well, it's not from the bat stuff. They probably knew he did it, and so they went that angle on the fly.
Oh. So it says Rey versus Santos Mania while they are adding matches to Mania tonight. Yeah, that's not surprising.
Let me see if I already had that on my list.
Do you have it on the list? Is it on the list, Travis?
Doesn't look
But
like
is it on the list?
I don't have it on my list.
Not on the
Because
list?
Santos doesn't deserve to be on my list.
What? Not on the list.
Or Rey Mysterio. Cool. We're back up to 12 matches.
Ooh, 12
All right, here we go.
matches.
We got the Weirdo and Butch and Pretty Deadly.
Oh my gosh.
What do we
Did
have
you
to
get
watch?
yourself all comfy? Because I need to go to the bathroom.
Yep, 30 minutes.
I don't think I can hold it.
Don't want me to tickle you?
Do you want me to pee on you?
Why would you be on me?
Exactly.
So we got Randy, Paul, KO. We've got AJ versus Knight. We got Kross versus Lashley. We got Cody versus Roman. We got Jimmy versus Jay. We got Seth versus Drew. We got Seth, Cody versus Roman and The Rock. We got Bayley versus Io. We got Becky versus Rhea. We got Gunther versus Sammy. We got Santos versus Rey Mysterio. And we still got to do something with Asuka and Kyrie. Who am I missing?
I don't know.
You weren't even listening.
Did you get the three of them? The three one? Wait, oh, you put that one first. Okay.
Well, I had Kevin here,
Oh, okay.
but I moved him up. Then LA and AJ, and then Kross and Bobby, and then Cody and Roman, and then Jimmy and Jay, and then Seth and Drew. And
I'll think of them. The Judgment Day tag team against whoever. Judgment Day tag team against question mark at this point, right? They're on there. They're on WrestleMania, right? I think.
I'm sure.
I think it's a WrestleMania one.
It's whoever. It's that 6-pack.
Yeah. It's for a WrestleMania
I forgot about
match.
that. So 6-pack.
Okay.
That'll take up my whole page. Anyways, so now I'm at more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
So it
6,
says
7,
at least
8,
Bayley could
9,
run
10,
through
11,
new
12,
matches
13.
as a face now. With Mania 2 nights, it will be interesting what the match placement will be.
We got 13 matches. We can do that. We can play a game of matches before WrestleMania. Although they'll probably start doing it anyway.
What do you mean a game?
That's our matches.
Okay.
What order?
Oh,
What
what
day?
order? Oh, Robin says stacked. Yeah. Sophie says maybe Grayson Waller will do his talk show at Mania. Robbie says Nia Jax better be careful because the next person she wrestles isn't waking up. Trust me.
That's Becky on Monday.
Becky on Monday.
Yeah, like a no holds barred match or something. I can't remember the rules, but it sounded like it was a big deal when Becky said it was. Because the man said it was going to be badass.
Right.
Any other matches?
Don't know. I'm sorry. I was really upset about that. It's like, no. No touching.
Corey, stop trying to make fetch happen.
Who's he trying to say about Fetch?
He's saying that this is the strongest pound for pound guy in WWE.
So many lies are happening. Liar face.
I would take John Cena over him right now. Today. Like, get John in the gym right now. And he's not in shape. And I bet you pound for pound he's still stronger.
Then who?
midget man.
Oh, God, yeah.
That's what Corey's saying. He's the strongest man in WWE. And I guarantee you put him in a gym together.
Corey, like, decided he needed to be Michael Cole. It's sad.
I know, he's a baby.
Gross. Sophie says that triple threat... Oh, I read that. No, I didn't. Sophie says that triple threat match makes sense. They have been building to that since Elimination Chamber. Robbie says in these street fights, can Becky actually do well convincingly? Sophie says whoever doesn't make Mania at least could have that weekend off. And Sophie says for the second year in a row, Solo won't be at Mania. Who says he won't be there?
He'll be there.
He might be there.
He'll be there. 100% he'll be there. He's not necessarily a good wrestler, guys. Like, he's just in the bloodline. Like, that's why he's popular. If the bloodline didn't exist, he wouldn't be on the main roster.
Right?
He's not a freak show like Bronson Reed. There's nothing he brings to the table. It's just he's part of the bloodline. It makes sense.
And he doesn't like anything. Whatever that means.
I don't know what that means.
He doesn't like anything. Like Travis trying to say that people don't finish anything. Nothing at all. Never finish a damn thing.
Did you finish whatever you were just doing?
Send a text.
Oh. Me?
No, it's Taylor. Betty, you want to go sit on that? Oh, if you don't have that. You don't have that. I'm sorry, Betty. No, I know.
Yeah, because somehow you can put your legs together. I'd push as hard as I can. It doesn't work. I don't know. My hips aren't built.
Oh my God, where is it? Let's see if I can find it.
Nothing. I'm just trying to figure out why you're leaving during commercial. Well, you could have went during the match. Now I'm stuck here with the TV on with nothing on it. Except for Jeeps. I don't do Jeep commercials. Hey, what are you doing? Ew. You're gross. Get off my desk. Come on. Come on. Come on. I'll put the blanket there. Spoiled brat. Come on. Get her done. Come on, Pole. Oh, Mom's back. Herman and Herman. Basically just talking about commercials. This is the second time they've run that Jeep commercial. Must be a really good commercial.
Water. Literally. I have to go.
That can
Still
cause
waiting.
That can cause prostate problems.
You don't have one of those. Because if I did, you would be seriously in trouble with your weirdness.
Run away!
Exactly.
After the murder.
After the murder. Hey, buddy. Sorry.
Did you hear that allegedly the president of France is married to a dude?
No.
Yeah, his wife is like something like 20 years older than him. 15 years older. 16 years older than him. And there's no history of him before 30. And she had a brother that existed until 30, but nobody's seen the brother since 30.
the Obama thing.
It's the same thing. Oh my god, that's creepy crazy. What are you doing? You got the itchies? Do you have bugs?
But anyways, yeah, that's creepy. And they show pictures of them side by side, their faces, and they're the same face.
Maybe they're twinsies.
I got into a rabbit hole of it.
Ew, it's kind of weird. Why would you go into a rabbit hole?
Because it's all over. You know that Candace girl that you were telling me about? She's kind of like a conservative.
Candace Owens?
Yeah, maybe. She was talking about it. She came out last night like as an emergency, like quick post.
Huh, that's interesting.
And was talking about it.
Weird.
I guess she's got sources there. They did a DNA test and it's him.
What?
Yeah. Why would she be able to say that? She's like a legit news person.
Interesting. I mean, like, why would it matter, I guess?
It doesn't. It's just...
It's like, why would it matter? I'm like sitting here going, why does this matter?
Well,
I'm like,
it doesn't matter.
It is France.
Other than, that it happened.
But it's France.
Right.
I personally don't care anything that ever happens.
Come on, Pretty Deadly. Somehow find out a way to win this match. I don't care if it's cheating.
Did you watch that TikTok I sent you of the cats if they told you about World War II? Did you like the France one? You had to read it.
I did read them, and I did it like 3 times. I watched it, but I'm trying to remember the France thing. Or about when they D-Day?
No. Oh, he kicks out. Kick him in the pants. Kill him.
I watched it.
Murder.
They did have it in the wrong order.
I understand they had it,
but
in
it was
a lot
cute.
Of
like it was funny. I read the
but
comments.
It was just the cat part was hilarious.
Well, of course. There it is. The feminine physique versus
that one I've seen.
Looking.
That's funny. The flamingos. The flock of flamingos. That's why they're called a flamboyant. They're called a flamboyant, by the way. Of course they won. Nobody even cares. No, that's right.
They should be called the flamboyant. I've seen it.
I know. France surrendering in 6 weeks.
Oh. Oh.
That's the funny part.
Poland, they did it in less than a week, or less than a day.
Yeah.
Poland surrendered immediately. They're like, we're done.
They're like, I don't want to play this game anymore. So it says about whoever doesn't make the card will be part of that Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Okay, catering. Always says Becky needs to bring more than her fighting talk. Sophie says Baron Corbin said in an interview his contract did expire.
Look at that. That's funny. All these professional sports teams, there's the Jets. Acknowledged. Roman Reigns.
That's just dumb. Jesus. That's stupid. Robbie says Becky needs to bring more than her fighting talk. Sophie said Baron Corbin said in an interview his contract did expire. And Sophie's like, classic D by leaving the room when there is a commercial break. Well, my bladder said I had to go. So that's how it goes. And Robbie says the match is on for me. And Sophie says...
So this is a new thing now? They're doing pictures in the audience? See? Bring your best sign. So now they're showing signs every week. They're going to show them.
That's funny.
I wonder if they'll show.
They're like, well, we don't want to see those Rocky Die ones, though. That's probably why they're doing it, because they got probably a whole bunch of backlash for doing their blackout that they did that week about it, just because they didn't like it. And it's like, okay, well, we'll show your best signs now. And it's like, you guys too little, too late, assholes.
Bring your signs. Let us see them be at the door so we can improve them or not.
Right?
Like, I got a Sharpie in my pocket, bitch.
I will make another one because I kept my poster
Or those artists that can draw, and they do it on, like, those erase boards, but they do it in, like, permanent, and then they do the temporary over it.
Oh.
And then you just erase it, and then it's what you drew. They do it in classrooms.
That's funny.
On those erase boards.
Right.
Like a big dick or something, but then they draw, like, a cat around it. And then the professor or whatever go up there and wipe it.
And then there's just
it's
a dick.
the only thing there. Yeah, it's a dick.
Well, I mean, dicks are great. They're classic,
or whatever. It could be anything. Is that a booby?
Robbie's like, the match is on for me. And Sophie said, I think my body is not used to the whole time difference yet. There's my stupid. I was like, how are you 3 minutes behind? Strange. I don't know, dude. So I was like, pee in a bucket. Why would I do that, Sophie? I'm not a dude. I don't pee in buckets. It's a
You need a
dude.
shiwi.
That's a male thing. I was like, MILF, yeah. And Sophie says on Twitter, someone said Monk could figure out where Kate Middleton is. Bianca, Jade, Naomi versus Damage Control for Mania. Interesting. I was like, they lost. They did. Sophie says Trick versus Carmelo is announced for that NXT pay-per-view the morning of Mania.
Not interested, even a
Yeah, right.
fraction of caring about that.
Sophie says Pretty Deadly is a perfect name for them since they have been pretty dead since they got called up.
They need to put Hermie with Carmelo and just call them something like the Elves or something like something from Santa Claus, and just let them be a tag team.
Robbie says Bailey looks genuinely beat from the look on her face, and so he's like, D laughs at weird stuff, huh? Robbie says, I wouldn't want Nia to sit on me. I would have no McRibs left.
Right.
So he says, wait a minute. I thought the winners of the first bracket will automatically go into the ladder match.
That's what I thought too, but now they're bracketing it one more time, so they're putting every tag team they can fathom in this.
So he says there's a rumor that WWE will give Cody Rhodes the Rocky treatment in the video package of Roman versus Cody. Okay.
There it is. There's our commercial. Straight feed. Oh, last woman standing.
Oh, my.
All you'd really have to do is just trip her.
That's true.
And then as she's trying to get up, you just keep kicking her hand out from under her. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. Robbie's like, how long have Authors of Pain been back?
2 months. But time flies in the wrestling business. So it could be 6 months, but I don't think it's been that long. They've only wrestled twice.
Sophie says, so we won't know who will be part of the ladder match for SmackDown until next week then. And Robbie says they need to win the tag titles.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
But I kind of like...
that or the Street Profits should have won it a while ago. Now they just seem stupid.
Yeah, I would like to see Jinder Mahal's team win it, personally. That would be a good one. But then they could go up against the AOP.
Right.
Or they could split it with the AOP and they could both be champions at the same time.
Sophie says Bobby Lashley didn't even make the Mania card last year.
He did. It's just Bray Wyatt got sick.
Oh, Jesus. It's the Street Profits versus the Authors of Pain. And then the OC, I forgot about them, versus Grayson and Austin Theory.
Yeah, nobody cares about them. I thought they got fired again. You know what's weird is they are back and Paul Heyman's still there. You know what I mean?
Right.
I wonder if Triple H doesn't necessarily listen to Heyman when it comes to business stuff.
He might
like
not.
Vince would have.
So he says, I'm surprised the Street Profits weren't part of this whole qualifying thing. They are.
They just showed them. They're
going to go up against the Authors of Pain.
Was that for Monday or next week?
I didn't catch that part. Sorry, I was not looking at it. I was trying to get both of the groups before they took them away.
Right.
They put it on there so fast, and they're like, here you go! Bloop, and you're like, oh my God, what was it? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Speaker satisfies.
Bailey's starting to look like Sally Struthers on South Park.
She goes to Africa and eats all her food. So he says there are fans that are upset that Sami Zayn won the gauntlet match.
Well,
I couldn't imagine.
That's terrible.
I couldn't imagine why anybody would be upset about that.
They could have done a lot better. I get it's a mid-card thing, But if you keep pushing garbage at Gunther, it just tarnishes his run.
True.
He's not supposed to be a mid-carder.
Nope. You'd think he wasn't.
Like, it should have been Bobby Lashley or something with him. Or even Karrion Kross.
Yeah.
That would have worked. I don't care which one. Instead of having those two wrestle each other. And then Sammy could wrestle Bobby or Karrion Kross. That would have been a way better for everybody involved.
Yeah. So it says, why are they doing Rey versus Santos next week instead of waiting for Mania?
They probably will. You know that there's going to be interference.
They'll have to do it again. So it says, I thought the Good Brothers were part of NXT now.
No, they're a tag team. And who knows, there could be a lot of NXT tag teams in this thing. There's 24 tag teams involved, right?
Right?
Oh, wait, no, it's only 5 they need. So 20 tag teams that they need.
Right?
That's crazy to think of. For each spot, they're doing 8 dudes, 4 tag teams for each spot. I wonder if they'll take some of the losers and make them fight for, like, backup places. They do that sometimes.
Right, yeah.
So they take the loser teams, and then they'll wrestle, and then the winner of that 8-pack challenge, Tony Khan loves those 8-pack challenges.
He does.
And then the winner of that will get the last spot.
Sophie says that the rumor is that Gunther was supposed to face Brock at Mania before the WWE changed plans, and Sammy was supposed to face Drew at Mania before CM Punk got hurt.
Cool.
Interesting. Blood
it's
Ninjas
changed.
in the chat says, I'm excited for this.
Yeah.
For the women's match that's happening right now.
5-on-1, basically. 3-on-1, 4-on-1.
Commercial!
But nobody cares about Bayley because Bayley burned her own bridges.
How dare she?
Right? They're telling us all that because something crazy is going to happen here pretty soon, by the way. April 8th. Oh, what? You didn't hear about it?
No. Well, it says, I love the
Why'd you
Bailey.
say stop?
I love the women. So it says, wow, both Dynamite and SmackDown have the women main event. I wonder if Sasha is in the crowd for this match.
No.
Why would
she be?
Why would she be there?
This isn't a big deal. This is just a match. It was a big deal for Sasha to debut at AEW. And cut a terrible promo. Not her fault. I blame Tony a little bit. They could have done a better job of writing her promo for her. Have Max Caster do it.
Keep Max Caster away from her. Try to taint him.
Maybe Sammy Guevara and her in a tag team
Is that why he's not there?
called Rape.
Is that why they put him on leave or suspended him?
Old, yeah.
Is it because of that dumb bitch?
Beep, beep, beep. Pops is back. Oh wow, there's only like 3 minutes left. 4 minutes left. Cool. How's your peanut? Your crunchy chocolate peanut?
It's just chocolate.
They're just giant chocolate.
just have to
Capture
your black excellence at all times.
Two beat, huh? Never heard that. Got about 3 minutes left, so this match will end pretty soon. Now, will Bayley pin her because she should? Dakota's not good. Just looks deep.
Sophie says it's been a while since Bayley was in the main event of a Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah.
Sophie also says this week marked 4 years of the pandemic era of all WWE shows where there was an empty crowd.
Yeah.
The pandemic.
Yeah, that was a big waste of space, right? It just hurt wrestlers. It hurt the communities. It hurt America.
Hurt
the world. Hurt families. People died alone.
Such a disgusting display of retardedness.
It's going to be a big black eye on the Trump campaign. That's going to be their main focus. That he shut down the country without standing up to his group.
Who?
Oh, shit. Trump. He shut down America. Instead of saying no.
I don't think he did.
But he did.
I don't think he started shutting it down. That was the other one that took over.
That was the next year. That was in 2021. That's what I said. It's going to be what they run on. Is that. That's what Kennedy's running on. Is that Trump didn't stand up. And now our next generations are going to have to suffer from it.
Well, his group didn't do any better because they didn't stop it. So now what? You let it continue on for how long?
Who are we talking about? Kennedy?
The Democrats.
He's
He's not the one running in the Democrats? I thought he was. Oh. Yeah, I think he might be barking up the wrong tree.
Yeah, it's just a black eye in history. You know, and they wanted to compare it to like the Spanish flu. I think people just wanted it to be a big deal, and it just wasn't. And like,
I'm not sure who these people are that wanted that. Like, how disgusting of a person do you have to be to want that?
All you had to do was listen to people on the internet.
I know, but I'm just saying, like,
oh my God, 4,000 people died in China today. Like, I bet you 4,000 people died in China today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I know what you're saying. I'm just saying
2 billion people.
That's what I mean. Like, how disgusting is it that that's what you wanted?
Right.
Like, how disgusting of a person are you that this was what you wanted, was to ruin that many things? Businesses, people's lives, families,
Feels like not attractive.
people's health.
There's the DQ. Bayley wins.
You can move it over there. I don't need
I don't
it.
need it. Is it the glow? Why the fuck are they doing this trash? This is terrible. I just don't like when they do trash against trash. So what, is she going to get a tag team partner and go after the tag titles? Is that what they're doing?
Oh, Lord.
It's not going to be Bayley, unless they decide to do Bayley in that, in the tag team match.
Throw Bianca at Io.
No. Bayley would still get that match.
Oh.
She just wrestled twice. Get the tag team titles, but lose the world championship.
This is the early part of the COVID era. It was weird.
Every time she jumps off the top rope, I think she's gonna die, because she literally just falls backwards, and it's terrifying. That time she barely got over.
Jesus.
Fuck. She should not be allowed to go up top. That's terrifying.
So some superstars had to wrestle more during the early parts of the COVID, and I don't know how sports could have gone when COVID first happened. Bayley, Sasha, Drew, Asuka carried the pandemic era of the WWE. So Steve Austin was weird when he showed up on the first Raw without fans. And Blood says, how would y'all rate the show?
It was alright. Like a 6. Like a solid 6. Right there. Just above average. Started out with The Rock, so they should have ended it with The Rock. And they could have left it a little longer.
Yeah, and they could have left early. That would have been nice. Anyways, Blood says I'll give it a 7. Good deal, my man. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for hanging out with us tonight for Smack at the Downeth. There's nothing happening this weekend that we know of for any kind of wrestling pay-per-views. If you're a big AEW fan, of course, you know there's Rampage and Collision on. But we won't be here for any of that. But we'll be back again on Monday for Raw, everybody. Have a fabulous weekend.
And thanks for watching Wrestling Gab. Bye-bye.